do, 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 do. How is everyone for the Sunday Mindset Sessions? This is where it's at. This is where we drill down to what's going on inside your head and maybe sometimes get out of your head and into that area, that true core about what you are. Johnny, good to see you all. Congratulations on the what you're doing with the City to Surf, and good luck next week. Liz, Kate, good to have you on. Just waiting for the great man, Tony Meredith, to join us for this Sunday Mindset Sessions. This is to some of the thoughts that are going on in your lives and think about how you can maybe change it up or think that little bit differently, because we all go through these struggles ourselves. It looks like Tony's connecting right now. How are you, Tony? It's been a week and I haven't seen you. Mate, I missed you so much.
I'm home in a very warm climate, actually. So it was terribly rainy and cold where I was, but met some wonderful
Hayden,
people yesterday. It was great.
Well.
Mate, I'm not recognising you in the red. I'm used to seeing you in the white, in the cricket right. So what's
Well, it's
doing?
part of the mindset, the Sunday Mindset Sessions, right? You've got to put yourself out there sometimes, Tony. And maybe I can put the challenge up for you to do something maybe a little bit similar to what I did today. So I had, for those that didn't watch some of my Facebook and Instagram posts over the last couple of days, I had my tight whites on. I had the full white gear. I even tucked in the shirt while I was doing the run today. So I was out there for all to see.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. It was glorious. A glorious sight as well, mate.
I truly thought you were playing cricket.
I truly thought you were playing cricket, but nonetheless, well done. Good on you for doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Michael says, how are you, Luke? And yes, I'm really good. Happy Sunday. It's always good to smash out a 7K run. And I did a 3K warm-up as well. So, Tony, how are you going? How is Melbourne? And, what's actually happening in your world? Before we get into some of these deep dive situations that we want to explore for everyone.
Righto. Okay, sounds good. So firstly, Melbourne was awesome. So we were there yesterday. We did 2 events. I spoke on taking action in the morning. I then spoke on how you can move forward in your goals and what are the reasons that people fall short in their goals in the afternoon. Met a lot of wonderful people. Rob's doing a great job down there growing his community, and it was a real privilege for me to be on stage twice yesterday. So that was fantastic. Mate, moving forward, this is a very big week for me because I've got my biggest customer is a big a franchise group. And I'm running their conference. I'm the NC keynote speaker running the conference this week in Sydney. And not only that, everyone knows that I now have a fear of heights. And what I'm doing on Wednesday is I'm going up the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So look out.
Go, Tony.
So it's not quite quite skydiving yet, but it's a step in the right direction. So this
really
Wednesday, yeah, correct, yeah. So bring it on.
And you know what? I guess what we want to do in talking about these Sunday Mindset Sessions is take on some of those experiences ourselves, deal with some of the issues that we're going on with ourselves, and actually put them out there. And it's really good to see, Tony, that you're doing that. And I don't know if it's something that you organise yourself or it's part of the group that you're running as well.
No, well, it is part of the group, but I had a choice. I didn't have to do it, right? But I said to myself, I'm going to lean into this, and I want to lean into this. And here I am standing in front of everyone saying, lean into your fears, and I give people a whole range of ways that they can do that. And I could have easily said, no, you know what, it's not for me. But I said, no, I'm in, boots and all, and bring it on. So I'll be doing a whole lot of lives on Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday afternoon this week, Sydney Harbour Bridge.
No, you can't take the camera up there. No,
my camera up there. No, but certainly there'll be the befores and afters. I can tell you.
We look forward to see. And obviously, hearing back through the experience, there's a lot of people that have a fear of heights. Maybe you can live that experience, and maybe that's a stepping stone for doing other things that could create that barrier or that fear, or take away that fear about thinking about heights as an issue for you.
Of course. And one of the ways that you can start to move forward, create beliefs, is doing things that you're scared of and start to lean into those. And a lot of people, they might have a fear of, say, dealing with agents. And let's talk about property, dealing with agents, or it might be putting low offers in or whatever. Well, here's the thing. You build that muscle by just leaning into that, putting in low offers, dealing with agents, etc. So for me, fear of heights, and I'm going to tackle it head on. And then looking forward to I'm embracing it, actually. So we'll see how I feel come Wednesday lunchtime. I may be having a slightly different view, but now on Sunday, I'm ready
I
to
love
to rip
putting the
into it.
low ball offers in, and big hi to Alex, Tony. Josh says good morning to Luke and Tony. Cheryl, good morning, guys. Good to see you. Cheryl's doing some amazing
G'day.
work in terms of business mindset and property as well. Johnny says, cheers, Luke. Are the Whites making an appearance at the City to Surf? Johnny, to be honest, I'm yet to book a ticket for the City to Surf, so I'll have to wait and see what actually happens there. I might have to actually do it.
Yes. I think the answer is yes. They are.
Well, I've got to
Johnny.
book a ticket. I've got no problem
Luke is
wearing the
going to be in the
whites.
white.
They just got to go. They've got to
Stop
go
making
through the
excuses.
wash. That's all.
Stop making excuses. Yeah, stop making excuses.
Absolutely.
Just do it, Luke.
Good morning, Luke. And Tony Meredith says, Tony Gallagher, fear of numbers is one I work on for clients every day. We lean in and get curious. So Liz is an accountant and doing some bookwork and paperwork in terms of numbers for businesses. So it's really good to see. I guess that fear of numbers is a interesting one, Tony. You know, what can you say around that? I guess you deal with property development as well as coaching. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, there's so many different fears, right? So numbers could be one. There could be fear of spiders, snakes, fear of just taking action, a whole range of fears. So if that's someone's fear, again, it's all about accepting that that's the fear that they've got. So acknowledge it, but not accepting that you can't change it. So I've said here on before that we all are born with only two fears: a fear of falling and a fear of loud noises. Every other fear we have learnt it. We have learnt it through education, parents, experiences, negative events, the news, friends, whatever it is. So if you can learn these fears, you can unlearn these fears. So if someone's got a fear of numbers, let's understand what is the fear specifically about, but then also how do we help them move forward. And the way you do it is you acknowledge it, you recognise that it's BS, because there's only two types of fear. So fear is designed to keep you safe, right? So that when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, there's only two types of fear. There's danger, that is you're in danger, or there's irrational fear, and that is that you've made up this story for whatever reason, those experiences, etc., that I mentioned before, you've made that up. And fears such as, it could be numbers, it could be speaking in front of public, it could be asking that boy or girl out, it could be putting in low offers with agents, whatever it is. You need to ask yourself, are you in danger? The answer is no, you're not. So then you need to work on how to
Let's stick on that point about numbers for the moment, Tony, because I think it's a big one for people. I know in working with volunteering at Lifeline, and they've always talked about mental health. The biggest driver of that seems to be financial issues. So the fear around numbers, let's talk about that a little bit, because I think that's a big restraint for a lot of people. There's so hungry for the money sometimes, so hungry this day and age for the quick wins, so hungry for that instant gratification on things. What's your thoughts, Tony?
Okay, all right. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, well, I've got heaps of them. The first one is that the first one is that the majority of people create enormous stress and anxiety because they want to be down there, but they are here. That is, I want to keep up with the Joneses, but I'm frustrated and angry because I'm down here and I'm comparing. They don't like the journey, but also what they're doing, Luke, is they're getting frustrated and angry right here and now. And so what happens is, the way the universe works is, if you put frustration and anger out to the universe because you're not where you want to be, then that's what you're going to get coming back to you. You're going to get frustration and anger. And what you actually realise, or don't realise, is that the more frustrated and angry you are with your current situation, you won't progress forward at all. The way in which you need to change this around is to create an attitude of gratitude. What does that mean? It means be grateful with the things that you've got. So yes, I want to go further. Yes, I have goals for myself. I mean, goodness me, I spend my whole life talking about goals, right? Yes, I have goals for myself, but I am incredibly happy. I'm incredibly grateful with the wonderful, wonderful things I have right here and now. The other thing to ask yourself is, why would the universe give you something extra, something new, if you can't be happy with what you've got? So you need to start to think about that. And that's the way that you move forward. So two key things for me in moving my life forward, and I shared this story yesterday. One is accept responsibility for your actions, accept responsibility for where you're at. And two is adopt an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for the stuff that you have.
Drilling down that a little bit further, Tony, attitude of gratitude, is it each and everything that we do? Is it each and every thought, every process, every
Yeah, be grateful for the mistakes. Be grateful for the lessons. Be grateful for things that have gone wrong. Be grateful for all
Be
these things.
grateful for
Truly,
the
it is an
opportunity
attitude
of
of
everyone come to see us on Facebook Live today, and for us getting
it's a
together
wonderful
to do
opportunity.
this. I feel a great
It's a
connection that
wonderful
we
opportunity.
are having, not only between us, and I always think, and I actually said to someone who's actually on this video today, I said to them today, there's
Yes.
so much of a giver in what they do, and I just said, you keep
Yes.
saying about other people first, and maybe that's getting away from this topic a little, but I said, remember to think about yourself first and acknowledge yourself first before you're acknowledging others or giving to others. What's your thoughts around that?
Do
Yeah.
you want me to comment on that? Well, again, I've got a thought on that. So my thought is, it's called
Got a thought on that. I've got a thought on that.
personal priority. I got a thought on it all. It's called, but it doesn't mean that I'm right. But I'll give you my opinion nonetheless. It's called personal priority. What I mean by that is you need to put yourself first. You need to fill your own cup up first. And when you fill your own cup up first, you're able to give a whole lot more to others around you. That doesn't mean that you're ignoring other people, not at all. But it means prioritize you, because here's the thing. There's only one thing that all of us can control in the world, and that is us. And if we constantly put ourselves second and second and second, then we're reinforcing ourselves that perhaps we're not worthy of focusing on us. And what I'm going to suggest is flip that around and focus on you first. So how do I do that practically? What I do is I take myself through a morning routine. I get myself right in my mind. I go out for a bit of a walk. I go through my gratitude, my affirmations, my visualizations. I spend time on me first. Then what happens is my cup's full and I'm able to give to other people. And I give an enormous amount to other people. And this is an example where, we're sitting here giving now, right? So my point is, put yourself first as a priority, get yourself right, and then you have so much more to give. What happens is we give to everyone else, and by the time it's to think about us, we're exhausted and we've got nothing left to give because we've given everything to everybody else.
I guess that's in the same way, and when we talk about money a little bit in there and how much you actually give of yourself, because your time is then, on the back of that is money. So, you taking your time to help other people so much, and you're not helping yourself and creating that financial wealth or creating that space for yourself or happiness for yourself. There's so many things that you can put yourself backwards in, and you're not really living your full true life. And I think that's areas that people should actually, have a think about. I'm going to go through some.
Yeah, but also when you talk about money, about the money side, right? Let's think about, what does Gary Vee talk about? He talks about jab, 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 right hook. He talks about give, and then ask.
Value.
So it's not about, hey, I do something and I get money, but I don't give something and expect money for it. I give, and at the appropriate time, then I'm able to commercialize that. Does that make sense? The other thing that I want to talk about here
component on it, really, yeah.
Yeah, and the other one is that Zig Ziglar, who's passed away now, but he's a famous late personal development guru. He talks about that you can have anything you want in your life if you just help enough people get what they want in their life.
Exactly.